To understand the technical requirements for gaining trust through a purely numeric argument, let's consider a hypothetical validation campaign. First, we start with a 10 billion mile simulation campaign. Why 10 billion? Well, that's an arbitrary number, but I assume the goal was fewer than 1 fatalities per billion operational miles, which is a few times better than a typical human. Those billion miles would have to be across the entire operational design domain and include emphasis of appropriate high-risk situations. 10 billion miles is a lot of miles, but if you have enough computers running for long enough, perhaps you could do that. Those simulations have to be fed something, though. So let's say you had 100 million miles of collected data and scenarios. That's likely to be some small combination of road testing, but a much larger fraction of just data collection cars running around with human drivers, making sure that all the edge cases that are at the 100 million mile level have been detected and put into the simulation. Finally, there would be 10 million miles of road testing of the final software, with a claim that this validates the simulation. So what you end up with is an inverted pyramid where there's a positive risk balance claim based on 10 million miles of road testing. But the 10 million miles of road testing aren't to prove it's safe. They're merely to prove that the data collection was thorough and the simulation was accurate. There's 100 million miles of data collection. You'd like more, but at some point there's a limit to how much you can have. And all that supports 10 billion miles of simulation. Now ask yourself, is this statistically valid? Because you're making a claim of 1 billion miles between fatalities based on only 10 million miles of road testing. There'll be questionable confidence in the collected data being representative of what you need for the simulation. There'll be questionable confidence about the road testing validating the simulation. This argument might, in fact, be part of a compelling safety argument, but you need more than an argument of, look at all the simulation miles, look at all the data collection miles, and look, 10 million miles of road testing, because the data collection miles and the road testing miles are not nearly enough on their own to give statistical confidence that this vehicle will actually be safer than a human driver.